for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
We're partied out.
We are.
We're recording this on the evening of 6/28/2024, and oldest kid, 31 years old today.
He is.
And so it was one
Happy
of those...
birthday, brother.
That the birthday theme was nonsense. And it's like, found him a shirt online that it was the Willy Wonka, the original with Gene Wilder, that had the quote, "A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men."
Yeah.
And our backdrop, because he told me a couple of days ago, we were pondering as far as cake and stuff. This was actually a couple of weeks ago because we plan ahead. And it's like, well, what kind of cake do you want? Because I actually, with the nonsense theme, was going to fix a pineapple upside down cake. And then his wife had suggested something about turtles, and I'm thought, oh God, the turtles.
Because then you would have had to figure out how to ice.
It was a matter of turning
Turtles.
cupcakes upside down or something like that. And I thought, oh God. And oldest kid's like, I want a pie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm too grown. I will be 31. I'm too grown for cake with icing. And I thought, what?
Yeah.
Nobody is ever too grown for cake with icing.
I mean, that in of itself is kind of nonsense right there.
So, and it's like, okay, what kind of pie? I want blackberry.
I think what he actually said was a fruit pie.
No, he wanted blackberry. I talked to him, and he told me specifically.
A blackberry pie.
So, blackberries are not in season yet in a lot of places. And it was like, oh, because it's always like a scavenger hunt every year. Something. There's always one item that eludes me. And so, went to Food Lion. They actually had fresh blackberries. They actually had them on sale.
Yeah. Which is good.
But when he was talking some of that Julia Child crust bullshit, and I thought, hell no.
Julia Child crust?
Yes, because with the French pastry, that was a matter of rolling it out and putting butter and then folding it and putting it in the refrigerator for a period of time and then repeating the process so that the butter is incorporated properly within the crust. And I told him, I said, honey, that ain't going to happen. I'm going to Appalachian engineer this one. So, in the randomness of the day, and that was, not only that, there was a young woman that came to the door. We saw her, and she had a FedEx uniform on. And God love her, her van had a flat tire. And so, of course, we had called Omega, because he's our go-to for everything.
Yes.
And he said that the way that the van was parked, he couldn't get to it to change the tire or anything.
Right.
And so they had sent her out in a van that had no spare tire. And it's like, what?
Ain't that some shit? Which I thought that was kind of mandatory.
Well, it should be. I mean, it should be. And that she came to our house because we're one of the few places that she could get cell phone signal.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many places around here that you can get cell service.
Well, if you get back in, I mean, way back in some of these places in the mountains and stuff, there's nothing.
Yeah. You're just fucked.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, it looks like they would give you like a handheld ham radio or something to where that you could contact someone. But she was with us for like over 5 hours.
5 hours.
And she was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a joy to talk to.
Yeah. And just a very pleasant person.
Yeah. And we were able to brighten up her day and everything.
Well,
and talk to her about God. Yeah,
I think it was symbiotic because she brightened our day also.
Yeah.
And so they finally did send somebody from way away from here to rescue her. And we told the gentleman, it's like, we'll just keep her. And he's like, she good, ain't she? And it's like, yes, she is. She's a good human being.
Mm-hmm. She is.
But in the process of this, and doing the pie thing, and kids, like, I don't know how it was that the suggestion came up. Because, and so what you have on the screen is what happens when kid asks goth mama for a fruit pie.
Uh-huh. What it was, I saw that you were making the
top crust.
Yeah, the top crust. And I was like, I've seen some people do these horror pies, and they basically looks like Hannibal Lecter made a pie.
Yeah. All I needed was just that little nudge. And it's like, oh, hell yeah, let's run with this.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
It was hilarious. And so I wasn't sure how oldest kid was going to react to it. And he was brilliant because it was a matter of handing him a butcher knife. And it's like, you get to do the honors.
Uh-huh. He's like, I never threatened to eat someone's face.
And it's like, everything was just a day of simplicity and celebration and joy and family. And we had a wonderful meal.
It was a good time.
And it's like, I ate a baked potato, and that potatoes and diabetes is a bad match, but I ate it anyhow.
Uh-huh. You pulled a family member and double dosed on insulin.
Well, I didn't do a total double dose, but did it, and that's diabetes. There's no hard and fast rules on it. It's just one of those, you hope that you have adjusted the dosage to cover the amount of carbs that you're going to eat, which is why I don't normally have potatoes. But I deserved a baked potato.
Yeah.
It had been a year or more since I had now sweet potatoes. I usually do sweet potatoes. But a glorious baked potato with real butter, sour cream, cheese, real bacon bits,
yes,
salt, pepper, and it was glorious.
Uh-huh. It was.
And so if the glucose level gets too high, I can do an adjustment dose. It's not stupid high.
No.
And an oldest kid, because that he did go to culinary school, he's very trained and very skillful in cooking, if you can get him to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Just getting him to cook is a struggle. Well, but when he does, oh my God.
And that was something that he had asked his grandmother, who is my mother, to, as far as steaks. And she's like, yes, I will get you that as your gift. And so she gifted the rest of us and he had prepared them just real butter, salt, pepper, and they were amazing.
They were. Like, they were melting in your mouth. Amazing.
Yeah. They were good cuts of meat because she had actually gone to the meat department and talked to the butcher and told him what that she wanted. And it was just a really blessed day, and I needed that. Mm-hmm. And so we wanted to share that with you. So if you want to make a fruit pie, and I'm not a fan of blackberries because they're picking the seeds out of your teeth for about 2 or 3 days.
Yep.
They'll get in crevices that you didn't know you had.
And get in cavities and just stay there. And they'll sprout.
And you can't brush them out sometimes.
No.
It's just like, there goes another one. It's like...
Uh-huh.
But
that's
now,
not a bad thing. That's why you just sort of mash them with your tongue up against your
yeah,
roof.
Yeah, that's it. You just sort of have to do that. But remember...
Like, oh, yes, this is wonderful.
And it's like we have a spoopy season because there are people on X that are saying it's trickling into the stores. Yes.
It's a little early, though.
I know. For some of us, we do this all year round.
It is all year round.
Because it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, the reason I'm like, it's a little early for that. Because then Christmas starts coming in right after. And it's like, give Halloween some time.
Right. They don't even anymore. And that's just like, it's been quite a while since I've been to Hobby Lobby, but I know that one year that it was not even July the 4th, and they had the Christmas stuff coming in.
Mm-hmm. We need to find a Spirit Halloween.
I think we will have to look north of where we are, because I usually prefer to travel south, but we can try to do that. I don't even think Johnson City had Spirit Halloween last year.
No, we tried to find it. They said that they had it there, but it was nowhere to be found.
No, it wasn't. But and Johnson City is so hard to drive through on a lot of it, because it has grown so much since I was there.
It's gotten confusing.
It is, because if you're in the wrong lane, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because people have gotten ridiculously rude. And on some of it, this is why people, unfortunately, are shopping online. They don't want to deal with the rude, angry people that are out there spoiling it for everybody.
Right. Because it's like, if they're just... It ruins the mood. It ruins the vibe.
It does. It really does. And
it's like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I want to have fun. Why take this shit seriously? Why? Mm-hmm. There's no point in being rude to anyone.
No. Don't take your anger out on somebody else.
Right. It's like, we're sorry that you have a bad day. Don't take it out on us.
Right. They don't know what kind of day we're having either.
Right.
But we don't... No, that's a personal issue. We keep it personal. We find people to, as far as a support system, when we need to talk or whatever. There is no reason why I would ever take out any kind of anger, frustration, or whatever on a random stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was raised better than that.
Yes.
And I raised y'all better than that.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad to have. And now that you're older, you can appreciate the hard-ass mama.
Yeah. I'm a little more docile than I thought I would be. But you know, there's just no point in... If someone's having a bad day and they clap at you, try to make them laugh or something.
Right. Try to redirect it. Because, you know... Hurting people hurt people. That doesn't mean that you have to be in the line of fire all the time. I mean,
right, and it doesn't make it right for them to hurt you. But there is a way to diffuse the situation.
Sure. But it's also not a matter of being overly thin-skinned either. Because you got some people that you just have to, you sort of look at them and they all up in it. And it's like, no. It's like, sit your ass down. Wasn't even looking at you.
Mm-hmm. It's like, we ain't playing that right now.
No. It's like somebody on X was talking about those of us that are Gen X. Because we rough and tumble.
Yeah.
It's one of those, do whatever it is, get hurt, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go, but did you live?
Did you die?
Yeah.
Did you die?
That's what I told y'all. It's like, look, if there's no blood or protruding bone, you're all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now with you, though, a lot of times, there was blood. So much blood.
And I had a reason to cry. There was blood, so I had a reason to cry.
But it was not a matter of panic either, because when a parent panics, the kids get... they gauge their emotions from the parent's reaction. So if a parent panics, that kid's going to panic.
Yeah. And the thing is, you always did your best to stay composed, calm.
I've had training.
Yes. It was everyone else that was freaking out.
Why? What was the point?
I don't know. For me, especially when I gashed my eye, I don't know how much I cried with that, but I know it was like, Mama!
Yeah, that was it. That was just that. I think that the blood scared you, and it was one of the few times in my life that I had a white shirt on. And bloody handprint there on the sleeve, and it's just like, what? And to realize that it was a pretty good gash, and just direct pressure, because that's what you do. Took him out to the clinic. The doctor looks at me, and I'm like, glue it. Because there's no way that you could suture that area that was right there at the, ocular orbit. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think that I had to tell him to put Vaseline on your eyelid. Apparently, I skipped that step, and so did he.
It's all right.
Kids, I was glued half-mast for a couple of weeks. It's all right. Yeah. He lived.
What about oldest kid? Did he ever...
No.
have major incidents other than the sick?
No. He didn't have issues like that until he got to college. And then, when he was in high school, it was a matter of H. pylori. Then he had meningitis twice.
Yeah. Which, that shit's rough.
And it's like, oh my God, that one time went to the ER. They never did figure out what the hell was wrong with that kid. Mm-hmm. But I got to looking, and it was like it said 40/20 or whatever like that. And I thought, okay, maybe it's respirations or something like that. That was his fucking blood pressure.
Ain't that some shit?
And he was scary. Still conscious.
Yeah. That was by the grace of God.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is the thing about being a mama. Because when one of the kids, I don't care how old they are, you never get beyond being a mama. And it's like, when your child hurts, you hurt. And when there's something wrong with kid that you can't figure out, that is, there's no other, I don't even have words for that feeling. But that being said, we've been through some trials and tribulations that I'm sure we'll go through more. But today was a good day.
Yeah.
And
he's here.
Family to pray and give thanks, and it was good.
And he's here. He's healthy. Relatively healthy.
Yeah. So, final thoughts.
He had a good day, and that's
I think so.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It is a lot. So I'll go ahead and give the spiel, because we had spoopy pie.
Yeah.
It was a matter of, if you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters of UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, up there in West Virginia, if you go on X, they're having a Bigfoot festival up there. It's mid-state. If you go on my X account, you can find the location of it. Mm-hmm. They hit Sasquatch on a motorcycle. I would have loved to have gone to that. I would have loved to have gone to that.
Yeah.
I would have almost driven 3 hours just to see Sasquatch on a motorcycle.
That's okay. I got a car now. Next year.
Maybe next year.
I will drive your ass. We are both going.
Oh, but you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. It's there in the description box.
Mm-hmm. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment, a like, and share it. Share it to your friends. Check her out. Click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. I don't know if it does much, but give the bell a ding. It likes the affection. Check her out on BitChute and Rumble. We're Landis Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. By the way, that girl, that the FedEx driver, mm-hmm. We were talking about that. It's like with Twitter, you tweet. That's genius. That's genius marketing. Mm-hmm. What, you posted on X now?
Absolutely.
That's stupid.
It's really not. X marks the spot. You got to realize Elon Musk's birthday was today too. Cool. And it is X marks the spot. I get it. I got it. It's just like you post on X. Yeah. Didn't he call one of his kids X?
I can understand that as a name. That's cool. But for a brand?
I don't have a problem with it.
A social media brand.
I don't have a problem with it. And even as far as the name change, people even complaining about that, that's brilliant marketing. It really is.
Yeah, that's rage baiting right there.
It's okay.
That's not a good way to market. Her X account, Rolanda, COCWS. It's like a radio station call sign. Check her out. It's pretty cool. She posted the creepy pie face.
I did, and I thought, I'm proud of the creepy pie face.
I liked it.
It was amusing. Yeah. You gotta amuse yourself.
I told you it looked like the Alien and Stitch face had a baby.
It does. It does. And it was fun, and he enjoyed it, and we got a laugh out of it. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.